Legends tell of a story, not for the faint of heart. There's a reason why hunters have such a dark and mysterious origin. The very mention of them sends chills down the spine of any who dare entertain the subject. Well, today is your lucky day. Or is it? Enter the mind of a homicidal maniac.
Hey, can we take off his mask?
Negative. We tried that already. Not a good idea.
Can you state your name for the record? Can you state your name for the record?
Wraith.
So, we're investigating 2 unsolved murder cases, and you're the #1 suspect. These shade agents were mercilessly killed in the Dark Zone while trying to extract a possible vaccine for this virus. The first victim, a good friend of mine. He was killed and hacked by you, trying to save the world.
There is no world to save.
Shut up and listen. Victim number 2, Agent Vicky Simmons. I trained Victoria myself.
Young Vicky begged for her life.
Who do you think you are, huh? Hunters. I've killed many of you wannabe hunters. Just last week in the summit, I took you all out. You failed. You can never measure up to our shade agents.
Failed? Since when is martyrdom considered failure?
You find something funny?
You made a fatal mistake bringing me here.
Oh yeah? Really? Why's that?
You have no idea what you're dealing with, do you? We are what you see only in nightmares. You actually think my brothers will leave me to die like your agency left Keenan in the Dark Zone? This black site is inconsequential to the ability of 100 to infiltrate it, let alone the 𝐿 inside.
I'm afraid you're misinformed, Wraith. This site is impregnable. I highly doubt that. What the? Huh? Wait. How did you... Wait. No.
What's going on, fam? I hope you enjoyed that short I put together. It's the first of its kind and definitely not the last. But while we're on that subject, let me give 2 quick shout outs to a couple of individuals who did an excellent job voice acting. Gamey Daddy as Agent Gibson and Lazy Looter, my fellow clanmate, who also, by the way, is responsible for the infamous Bane impression. If you haven't seen that video, it has to be one of the funniest experiences me and everyone else in the stream that day experienced.
I thought I had a good Bane impression, but that one's weird.
You simply adopted the Bane impression. I was molded by it.
Born in the dark.
But yeah, the link to that full video is right here if you want to check it out later. Now let me not waste any more of your time and get right into what you came here for, obliterating AIM. This build is from the Legacy series, meaning builds I bring back to life from previous patches to make them relevant. This was personally one of my favorites because I love rifle builds, and most importantly, what obliterates better than the Ravenous, which is the primary weapon I'm using. Now there's something very important that I want to share with you about this weapon. It's the reason why some of you may think that it's trash, but just hear me out right now. And I think that those who don't know what this is are going to be shocked because it ties directly into the way the Ravenous deals damage. So let's head over to the gun range. And if you've read the description of what this weapon does, then you know that after switching shoulders from the right to the left, after 5 stacks, you deal 500% weapon damage. Now, so many times I've switched shoulders and the explosions would deal 0 or just minimal damage. If you've experienced this as well, then I'm about to solve that problem for you right now. The Ravenous requires a little bit more patience than other weapons if you want to be successful using it. That being said, the Ravenous has a hit registration issue, which will stop most of the damage you attempt to inflict on the enemy once you switch shoulders. So the way to get all of your 500% damage is to, instead of switch shoulders right away, you wait a sec or two, then switch shoulders. This will give the game time to register the explosions, and it will pretty much guarantee a one-shot kill, if not close to it. All of that damage will be yours. This applies in both PvP and PvE, and I'm pretty sure it's a bug, but this is the way that you can get around it. I don't know when they're going to patch it, but I'm not waiting for it. And this is something I missed on my last Ravenous video, where it says primer effectiveness is doubled at 10 stacks. And so whatever side you're on, that primer's effectiveness will be doubled at 10 stacks. My secondary I'm using is the Tactical Vector SBR. This is one of the strongest vectors in the game. It has a low magazine size, but that's okay because of how strong it is. It's 85k, which is really good for an SMG, and it's maxed out. I have 10% damage to targets out of cover. Now this is Obliterate. Okay, you can get those Obliterate stacks really fast with this. And to get it even faster, I put Measured on here, where when you're at the top half of your magazine, you get 20% rate of fire, which makes this RPM more than 1200. So it's pretty insane. And then when you get to the bottom half, you do even more damage, and the fire rate is still high. With a build like this, you want to stack crit damage and crit chance, which is almost maxed out in both stats. The crit on top of the Ravenous explosions is really strong, which is why this combination fits so well together. The chest piece, I posted this in community chat because I was just amazed at this chest piece that I got. 𝐤𝐸𝐵, one piece gives you 10% crit chance, God rolled across the board. And I rolled Obliterate, and this is great because I'm going to be using this in other builds as well. All I got to do is roll the talent to whatever I want. And then I got the perfect chest piece. Now a lot of people have been using Obliterate because it was buffed 10% more. Before it was 15%, I believe. But now it's 25%, which is really good, especially if you have a high RPM weapon, to get to that 25% really fast. Nothing special about the holster. It's my second piece of Sokolov, which gives me 15% crit damage, and it's decent. The backpack, Memento, all-encompassing backpack that gives you what you need for whatever build you're running. Skill, DPS, hybrid, whatever. This does the job for you. The Memento has been circulated around the Division community in so many different builds, and it's because it's just great. I mean, what more can I say about it? This is going to give me, since I have 4 weapon cores, 20% extra damage when I get a kill, and 10% bonus armor for the 2 armor cores that I have. One thing I want to say about the Memento is that it's perfect for Dark Zone builds, because you run around landmarks, you get those stacks, you keep those stacks forever, and whenever rogues come up to you, or if you want to go rogue, then you're going to be ready for them. You got the stacks, you got the extra weapon damage you need to defend yourself. So this is just right for the Dark Zone and also any PvE content. I don't really suggest the Memento for Conflict because Conflict doesn't really have enough going on for you to be able to get your trophies. So you wouldn't really be able to maximize this backpack's effectiveness. Alright, the gloves. Another piece to increase my crit damage. Grupo Sombra is a no-brainer. This is what you need for any crit build that you're trying to do, because it's just going to give you too much for one piece. Fox's Prayer knee pads. Best in slot for pretty much any rifle build. One thing I want to say about rifle builds and why they're so good is because it doesn't require much. Fox's Prayer knee pads give you damage to targets out of cover, which is an attribute you need and you want for any other weapon. Let's just say you have an AR, right? You're still going to want that damage to targets out of cover. And that's what's going to make it easier for you to stack damage in places where you're not really focused on it, or when you can't, you know, have a Fenris piece in a build, but you still have that damage to targets out of cover. So I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but the EMP sticky bomb is my go-to skill in PvP, period. I mean, PvE is really good as well. Stagger enemies, you could disrupt their skills. It's a really good skill, and it's just my personal preference when it comes to PvP and fits with my playstyle very well. My second skill is the decoy. Two skills that are very good when you have no skill tier, especially because I'm in a dark zone, and once you drop the decoy, let's say you're pulsed, that pulse will affect your decoy, not you, and you can essentially disappear around a corner. That's for PvP. In PvE, it's even more devastating because NPCs automatically aggro onto this. That's all I have for you with this build. It's very strong, especially if you implement what I told you about the Ravenous earlier. Oh, and I almost forgot. Didn't I tell you in the thumbnail that it was also 50% amplified damage? Okay, well, when you switch to your left shoulder and you get those stacks, it gives you 4% bonus armor and 10% amplified damage to armor plates. So if you get 5 stacks of that blue, each one of those stacks are going to be 10% amplified damage to armor plates. But that's it for this build. And I want to say something real quick. My Discord, which I made like 6 or 7 months ago, it was for members exclusively. Now I have about 60 members, which is awesome. All of them are not in my Discord, and some of them left out of my Discord. And I think some of the reason why they left is because it's kind of dry. It's not enough people there. Because a while back I made a video about how you can raid right now, and I said join the Discord, we're doing this, we're doing that. You can LFG, but it was private. So the people who did join didn't have enough people to raid with. So now I'm opening up my Discord for everybody. Members are still going to have exclusive access to certain perks, but everyone will be allowed to come together, raid together, play together, whatever. And I'm really excited about this because I want to get to know a lot of my subscribers on a more personal level. But anyway, that's it for this build video, man. If you got value out of this, if you enjoyed it, if it helped you out in any way, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe to my channel if you're new. I'd love for you to join the Identity family. Until I see you in my next video, be right out.